Roundtable. I'm Ed Codi, and welcome our guest, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette sports writer and host of the Cook and Joe Show on 93.7 The Fan. Welcome, Ron Cook. Ron, good to have you. It's been a while.
Ed, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, man. Hope you're well.
Ron, the last time you were on, you followed Beaver Falls legend Joe Namath. This week, you follow Butler High legend Terry Hanratty, so I'm going to have to refer to you as the legendary Ron Cook.
Well, you know what? With all respect to Butler and Hanratty, I'm a Beaver Falls guy. I got to give the edge to Joe Namath there.
They have some things in common. National championships at Alabama, Notre Dame, and then Super Bowl rings. So we're very fortunate to have guys of that caliber in our area.
Oh, we sure are. And I was so sad to hear about Art Bernardi passing the other day. I know he was your coach, and I know what he meant to you. And I go back to the days of Larry Bruno and Beaver Falls and, Lindy Lauro and Newcastle. Man, they had some great games, those guys.
That was a great conference. So proud to have played in it and then to have coached in it, Ron. It was a privilege, and he was a great coach, an ex-Marine, and he brought that fierceness and toughness with him, and Terry and I talked about that last week.
All right. What can I do for you, Ed?
Well, let's look at this Pittsburgh sports scene the past year, Ron. I'm not saying it was unusual, but Pitt, for the first time, correct me if I'm wrong, a championship, first time in 45 years winning the ACC, quarterback Kenny Pickett, and then Biletnikoff winner Jordan Addison. There's some star players on that team. Did you see that coming, Ron?
No, I don't think anyone saw Pickett doing what he did. I mean, Peyton Manning did him a great favor telling him to go back to Pitt. He was going to come out last year for the draft, and he probably would have been her 5th or 6th round draft choice. And Peyton Manning said, go back, play, move up the ladder, and he did. I don't think anyone thought he would have a Heisman Trophy caliber season, but you're right, it was Pitt's first title since they won in '76, the national championship. It was a great year for Pitt. They had a lot of things go their way. I don't think they played a team that was favored over them all season. They were the favorite in every game. So they had some things go their way, but they took advantage of it. And Pickett obviously ended up paying off for him being a number 1 draft choice.
Hey, Ron, the question is, can Pitt stay at this level? Can they be a perennial power? And you know what's going on with the NIL. They already lost Jordan Addison going to Southern Cal for $3 million. Can Pitt stay in this realm?
Man, I have my doubts, Ed. I really do. I don't know that they were going to stay in the realm anyway without the NIL. But it's hard to imagine that, the kids can go somewhere, probably make more than they can at Pitt. That's just the world we live in. I know Narduzzi's recruiting has really picked up in the last year or two, and certainly winning the ACC helps him. I have my doubts that they're going to be able to do it again, but we'll see. But the NIL has changed the world. There's no doubt it's changed college athletics. People say the rich are going to get richer. Well, the rich have already been rich. Who else but Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia? Who am I missing? Clemson, that play for the national title every year. Maybe this will open up some things for other teams, including Pitt.
Ron, I said to Terry last week, and we talked about this, that some of the blame has to go on the coaches, the athletic directors, and presidents. Coaches have broken contracts. They've left willy-nilly to go to school with bigger paydays. Presidents and athletic directors have poached other coaches. Now it's come around to bite them.
Yeah, it is. They don't like the kids making money. That's for sure, because look what these coaches are making. Look what the schools are making off of these kids. And I used to be a guy that said, hey, you get your college education for free. I sent my daughter to Florida State. I had to pay for it. My dad sent me to Northwestern. He had to pay for it. It's a ton of money. But compared to what they're making, it's nice to see these kids getting paid a little bit. I have no problem with it. I wish there would be some more guidelines on it. But I don't know how they're going to put the toothpaste back in the tube, so to speak. It's not going to go away. It just isn't.
And Ron, your school, Northwestern, and some other schools like Wake Forest and Vanderbilt, maybe West Virginia too, and Pitt, they may not be able to stay with the power conferences?
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation that the Power Five is going to break off from the NCAA, and that there might be a super conference. And I don't know how many teams. Is there going to be a super conference of 20 teams? Would Pitt make that 50 teams? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of questions going forward. If I'm Pitt, I'm real concerned. If I'm West Virginia, I'm real concerned. Penn State has the advantage of being in the Big Ten, which is such a lucrative league. I would think they would be okay. They get 110,000 people with their games. Pitt and West Virginia, I'm not sure where they're going to fit into this down the road.
Hey, Ron, let's move on to the Steelers. Another playoff loss, only 3 wins in the last 11 years, and the end of an era with Ben Roethlisberger retiring. And so now you have the quarterback situation where they draft Kenny Pickett. After they signed Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph seems to be the forgotten guy. And seems like Kenny Pickett, he's already won the popularity contest. How do you see this playing out?
Well, he's won the popularity contest, Ed. But I've said all along, first of all, I wouldn't have drafted Pickett. I would have gone for a defensive guy with that pick. Nothing against Pickett. I wouldn't have taken a quarterback. They signed Trubisky. I think he's going to be the starter on opening day. Now, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him. You can imagine the first game he throws a couple interceptions, people are going to be screaming for Pickett. But I think it's going to be Trubisky starting. And I don't know how good Pickett's going to be down the road. He may end up being great. But I still would have taken a defensive, maybe a lineman, even a cornerback, somebody else at that position, because I think they got a lot of needs. And I think Trubisky's going to be their guy for at least a year or two.
Well, you mentioned a defensive guy, and in light of that, Stephon Tuitt retires, probably their best lineman against the run. That really has to hurt them.
Well, there's no doubt. And, I knew they weren't really counting on him. They didn't know, his personal situation, losing his brother in a hit-and-run accident. His mother actually witnessed it. I can't even imagine anything so horrific. But now they're counting basically on Tyson Alualu, who's coming back, 35, 36?
He'll be 35.
Coming off a serious ankle surgery. Is he going to be able to last 17 games? Cam is 33. I really wonder if they have enough defensive line depth, because people are going to get hurt. That's why I would have loved a defensive lineman, an inside linebacker, an outside linebacker, a cornerback. They have so many needs on defense. I just felt like quarterback was a little bit of a luxury pick. Now, if they think Pickett is their guy for the next 15 years, that's a little different. I just wonder if that's the case.
Hey, Ron, let's finish up here with the Pirates. They sweep the Dodgers in L.A., take 2 out of 3 from Arizona. Things look like they're going to turn around. Now, suddenly it's a 6-game losing streak, and they're 24-34 now. Ron, are you buying this repeated talk, young team, great farm system, going to be a contender for the division title in a few years? Are you drinking that Kool-Aid?
You know what? I hear a lot of great things about their minor league system, and I see some of these young guys coming up. I'm a little concerned that you don't hear much about the young pitchers down there. I guess they're at Altoona. Obviously Contreras looks like the real deal. Mitch Keller, who knows what you're going to get with him. We talked to a minor league expert, Jonathan Mayo, last week, who said next year they're going to be a team the contenders don't want to play, and maybe 24 they can be contenders themselves. We'll see. A lot of things have to go right. You know how that works. Nothing ever is perfect. Guys get hurt. I'm trying to be optimistic, give Cherington the benefit of the doubt here. He's only been on the job, 3 years. Rave reviews for the minor league system, but you still got to see it happen. And I understand why Pirates fans are so down and so non-believing. The Pirates have to go a long way to win people back. I think their record this year is going to be horrible. Next year probably won't be a winning record. Hopefully in 24, maybe they'll be able to have a winning record and compete.
Ron, there's so much more I could talk to you about. Didn't even get to the Penguins and Pitt and Duquesne basketball. Don't remember a season as bad last was for those two teams, but we've run out of time. I'm going to look forward to seeing you. You wrote a great article about the Pitt West Virginia football series being renewed. Looking forward to that game September the 1st, a Thursday night. Hope to see you there.
Ed, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Stay well, my friend.
You too, Ron. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for being an Armstrong customer. As your internet, TV, and telephone provider, we continually invest in our state-of-the-art fiber optic network across 6 states to meet current needs and stay ahead of future demands. Our employees are your family, friends, and neighbors. Their dedication to customer service sets us apart as an industry leader. We believe it's our responsibility to be good community partners through sponsorships and outreach programs like Breaking Bread. Why Armstrong? Unmatched employees, unmatched customer care, unmatched fiber network.
I am back, joined to my right by the Swami, George Abraham. To my left, the Tiger, Albert Campman. Guys, let's go to Spotlight, and it is a bright light in some of our championship teams. PIAA 2A Boys Lacrosse Championship, Mars 9, Marple Newton 6. Mars becomes the first WPL lacrosse team, boys or girls, to win a state championship. The Planets got 3 goals from Austin Codi and clutch defensive efforts from goalie Jonathan Greco, and the 2A Player of the Year, senior defenseman Quinn Fuller, who shut down Newton's top scorer, Brian Bach. So congratulations to Coach Bob Marcoux and the Planets on a season for the ages, 23-1 WPIAL, and the first ever state championship for lacrosse.
Don't think it's going to be the last time we heard from Mars. Once
Oh,
that
what a
starts,
program.
once that lacrosse starts, other kids will be playing on the way up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, there's some programs you refer to as an athletic juggernaut, and Mars is one of them.
We called it.
Yeah.
We called it 5 or 6 years ago.
Saw this
Look
coming.
out for Mars.
And in 3A boys volleyball, they're chanting across the state, break up the Tigers. NA defeats Central Dauphin 3-1 to win their 4th straight PIAA title. Central Dauphin won the first set 25-23, and here's a quote from their coach, Jim Brennan. He said, but it's never, ever over against a team like NA. Very prophetic, because NA went on to win sets 2 and 3, dominating 25-16 and 25-12 before clinching the title in the 4th set, 25-23. Their all-state player, Cole Dorn, he had 21 kills. For NA, they have 5 straight WPL titles, 5 straight PIAA championship matches, appearances, and 4 straight PIAA titles. They've only lost 2 matches in the last 5 years. They're 82-2.
Yeah, it's a dynasty. And I feel bad for Seneca Valley, who's that close to them
Came that close.
and just can't beat them. You know, it's
In softball, PIAA 6A quarterfinals, Seneca Valley won Quakertown nothing. Pitcher Lexi Hames, she threw a 3-hitter with 11 strikeouts, a 10th straight win for the Raiders, 15-6. And then in the semis, Hames on fire. Seneca Valley 9, Pennsbury came into the game with a record of 24-2, nothing, 11th straight win. Hames, her 2nd straight shutout, another 1-hitter. And she had 11 strikeouts. Maddie Gross had a double home run, 3 RBI. That sets up the championship Friday for Seneca Valley against Springford. That'll be at Penn State. What a season for Seneca Valley softball.
it's not normal, but they weren't playing well at all early in the
They
year.
were 6-6.
That's what I'm saying. I like to talk to the coach. You get the coach on the show and say, I
Yeah.
hope they win. Say, well, what happened? I mean, how could you be 6-6 and then take off and play like this?
The pitching came around, but then the hitters stepped up. Between Gross and Hames, they have like 25 or 26 home runs
Well,
combined.
Hames took over the pitching short. I think that has something to do with it. But,
Yes.
But they're also hitting the ball like crazy.
And in 3A softball, PIAA quarterfinals, Avonworth 7, Karn City 4. Star Rossi McMillan, she's a 4-sport star. She had 3 hits and 3 RBI for Karn City. They finished the season 15-4. And also honors BC3 golfer Troy Lockery out of Grove City High School. He placed 5th at the Nationals. The team was 6th. He earned All-American honors. High school track, Butler C.J. Singleton named All-State in 3 different events. And Coach Mike Seibert named Pennsylvania Track and Field Coach of the Year. And in college track, you guys remember this kid, NA grad Aiden Owens Dellerme. He's a junior now at Arkansas. It's his 3rd school, went to Southern Cal, then Michigan. He won the NCAA Decathlon Championship, and he also won the indoor NCAA Heptathlon, one of the few athletes to accomplish both.
Yeah, I watched him at Shippensburg. He was a great hurdler then, and then went on to college, and they changed in decathlon.
I
Yeah.
saw him.
Grueling.
Yeah, he's quite impressive.
He is.
He looks like he'd be pretty good at something like it.
And he's good looking enough. He's going to be in the movies maybe someday too.
Yeah, he is.
To win that, 7 events in the one, 10 in the other.
Amazing, huh?
It is. I mean, that's tough.
Hey, our stories of the week, Albert. The curse is still alive. I praised the Pirates last week, winning 5 of 6.
Yes.
Now they've lost 7 in a
a
row.
long season.
So hold on to the Green Weenie and Beat 'em Bucks songs. They swept by Detroit, swept by Atlanta 4, and last night beating St. Louis 5-0. Keller looked really good, and then the roof caved in. Their nemesis, Paul Goldschmidt, just kills them. Home run, 3 RBIs, on base, 4 times. The bright spot for the Pirates, Reynolds is having a great month of June. Raised his batting average from 220s into the near 250. Here's how I look at the team. You have Reynolds and Key Brian Hayes and David Bednar. Now, build around these guys for the future. Don't be trading someone away, more prospects. Build around these guys. You have a nucleus there.
Well, the 2 of them are going.
I hope not.
I think Reynolds and Bednar are going.
I think it's a mistake.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
Here's the thing, Albert. We say this, the last 5-6 years, how many times have they traded guys away and you still have losing seasons?
When does it stop?
I agree.
3 years from now.
No, I'm not how good at like when they just say, okay, this is
Well,
us.
that's why they're doing
Bill,
it, though.
yeah.
And that's why they're going to be trying to go in 3 years from now.
For 1 year or
They're
2
gonna-
years?
No, 3-year plan.
3
and that's
years.
it. And then
No.
when they get rid
But
of
how
them,
long
they'll
would
get-
they be
been
good?
doing.
3 years.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. They could be good for 3 years.
So
So
you
in
get rid of
3 years-
Bednar. Who takes his place? You got a closer here, maybe the best in the National League. Why trade him?
Well,
Why not
get
start
three
around
guys.
him?
They need starting pitching.
three
Yeah,
guys.
desperate.
I was going to mention that.
Yeah,
they
they
really
start
don't
pitching.
have an ace.
You know what? No lead. It makes a point. Why have a closer if you don't have a lead?
And Brubaker's supposed to be their ace. He hasn't won a game since last August.
Well, he's no ace. You know that.
Well, I
He's-
know he's not, but that's how sad their starting rotation
Well, that's why they have to
is.
get rid of Bednar. That's what you just said
Get
right
3
there.
guys.
What?
Yeah, get
Oh no,
3
they're
guys.
getting 3 really good players. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's considered right now one of the top 4
Yeah.
closers in baseball.
Well, I disagree, and I say build around him. I know they can't do what the Mets did, went out and spent $280 million, turned that team around just like that. Hey, winning a World Series doesn't guarantee anything for you. 2 managers, World Series winning managers fired last week. Joe Madden of the Angels and Joe Girardi of the Phillies. Both fired.
Well, Madden, he got a mohawk to show the team to break out,
there.
and they never got to see it.
But
yeah, he's a look at me guy all the way. Girardi, I can't speak to. Phillies won every game after he left, so who knows?
who knows what goes on?
No.
It's hard, that chemistry, what happens. Both these guys will probably end up managing again
Good
somewhere.
point. There's a good point. They recycle.
They recycle.
Yeah,
do.
absolutely.
Hey, the PGA guys, the defections keep mounting, going to the Saudi Arabian LIV Golf League. 48 so far left the PGA, led by Phil Mickelson, who gets $200 million. Bryson DeChambeau with $100 million. Dustin Johnson, well over $100 million. Sergio Garcia, and many others. Tiger reportedly turned down $1 billion. I don't know how true that is, but hey, greed is good. These guys, listen, I don't care they take the money, but please don't give us all these altruistic reasons. Well, I'm doing it for the. You want the money? Go, take it then.
There's no doubt.
You ever, 2 things there. Don't you think that it sounds like Phil Mickelson lost more than $40 million?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know
Gambling.
why.
Yeah.
I get that feeling. And secondly, if you can say what you want, as you said, but the families of those guys in 9/11, they're not real happy.
No, it's not. And those guys, listen, when money comes to be the issue, don't make deals with the devil. The amount of money thrown out there, you can cast all loyalty to the side. It doesn't mean a thing with the PGA.
Average age 40, average ranking 100. They haven't pilfered the best guys. But that Schwartzel made more last weekend than he did in his entire career.
$4.75 million, the biggest haul.
What's he
for
out?
winning
He's
a
up. He's
championship.
not.
He's not old, but he's older.
He's in his mid-30s.
Yeah, he's not old. No, not in the 20s.
I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, we're sports. I don't want to bring politics in, but the Saudis refuse to produce any more oil. to help out. They refuse to do it.
Well, that's why they're doing this, though.
Yeah.
It's called. We just looked it up. It's called sports washing, where you do something like this to
Make
try
stuff, yeah.
to hide
Yeah.
the other stuff you do.
Right.
And that's what Saudi Arabia was doing. They're making these guys look like they're doing something for them when they're really trying to hide what the negativity of Saudi Arabia has always been around. Geez.
National Hockey League, I said it when Tampa was down 2-0. Don't count them out. They came back and won the next 4. They're take on Colorado now and looking for their three-peat, and the first time anyone's done that since the Islanders in the 80s. Is that right?
I think it was 82 or something.
Something like that.
Players are decent. I mean, the players are. Vasilevsky,
It should be
it's
a
a
great
goal. It's a goalie-driven team.
Yes.
I mean, he's just unbelievable. He's 6'5". Best goalie's been around for a long time. It just dominates the net, and so these guys have free reign to play. They know they got the stalwart behind them, and they play. They get a lead, then they really back it up, and the game becomes a 2-1 game.
Don't you think there should be a lot of 2-1, 3-2 games
No,
in this
but
series?
Colorado plays that, but Colorado's so more wide open than Tampa Bay. It's interesting how they play, but both teams are really good when they get the lead. I'm going to say the first periods are really important.
Let's go to the NBA in the crucial fourth game. Stephen Curry came up big, 43 points, 10 rebounds, and a 107-97 win at Boston to tie the series at 2-2. And then back to Frisco 104, and the Warriors, Golden State, Boston 94. Andrew Wiggins came up big in this game, 26 points, 13 rebounds, and George Klay Thompson with 21 points. Is he finally playing the way
I don't know.
you think he should play?
No, I've been on him hard, but 5 threes really says that. Well, at least he was back that night. I was thinking about this. Curry, Friday, I haven't seen a performance like this.
It was unbelievable.
Tremendous.
But let me say this. Wilt averaged 50 for a season. And it seemed like Curry was scoring every time you turned around to get 42.
Yes. Is he one of the best shooters ever?
He's
No, I take the one of out.
Yeah. No, he's the best shooter of all
He's
time.
the best shooter of all
Yeah,
time.
that was a guarantee.
The shots he makes, he has guys hanging on him when he makes these
Makes
shots.
tough
they
shots
are, too.
and his range.
Yeah.
That combination of both. Yeah. I asked George on the way up. I think, in my mind, it's the weakest NBA championship series of all time. In my mind, I'm trying to think. Tatum on one team and Curry on the other. Now Thompson at one time was really good.
Yes.
He was really good.
Yeah.
But he's not now.
Injuries have taken their toll on
there's
him.
there has been players playing on the floor all over the place.
Yeah, but they played what's called the other day. They brought in the old timer.
Iguodala.
Yeah.
Did they bring?
I don't.
I
just think it's weak.
Did they bring back both Klay Thompson and Draymond Green next year?
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking maybe $150
But
million.
George talks about their tax, so George doesn't care.
Eddie.
Yeah, George said Golden
Eddie,
State
they're
pays money.
so far over. They're called what they call a repeat offender. They have to pay $2.50 tax for every dollar they spend. They do not care.
Yeah, Golden State does not care how much money they pay. That's one of those good things.
And let's talk about Steve Kerr because he wins his 4th title as coach. How many did he have as a player?
He had 5 as a player.
So he's one of the best coaches around. I like his demeanor. I like the way he handles his team. He doesn't get rattled.
Well, when the best player, and that's Steph Curry, likes to coach. There's nothing better. That's what happens. You're only as good as your top player. And Curry's that kind of guy.
And he took Draymond Green out of that game in Boston and sat him down. And they went on to win that game. And Green says, I can't argue with the coach's decision.
He played better last night. It kills me to say, but he did play better. And I watched Steph on the bench. Kerr was kidding around with him. You know what? He's probably the one guy in that league. Okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
We won.
When you're the best player.
We won.
No.
And
you're
he
the
likes
best player,
yes.
and you're not trying to be the general.
only had 16
He's not
points.
trying to be the general manager.
No.
He's not trying to be the coach.
No.
He just wants to go out and play.
And he doesn't complain about anything.
No,
he had
he's
16
tremendous.
points last night. You never heard Pete.
He's tremendous.
How about
Out of
I
him.
never thought I'd see a game he didn't have a 3, though.
Yeah.
That was shocking.
Coming off that big game. Here's what I notice a difference, and I'm a big Wilt Chamberlain fan, but the absence of the center in
That's
these
gone.
games, it's
That's
gone.
gone.
To me, I miss that.
All 3 sports, Eddie. Baseball, football, for us 3. But
Yes.
completely sport. They're completely different sports. No. They run down and come down on a fast break. It used to be
Run
a
to the corner,
layup.
yeah.
They don't even think about it for a layup.
they
they
flip.
run to the corners and shoot a 3.
Yes,
the
you
game has changed.
It was the
completely.
match. It was Chamberlain and Russell, and then you had Robert Parrish and Collins and all these other Bob Lanier. You had these great center matchups that have disappeared
Gone.
from the
Even
game.
as a
Never
To
seen
me,
them again.
Chamberlain made, before Chamberlain played, the NBA was a Saturday noon game.
Yeah.
And after that, he transformed the entire game like Babe Ruth
Yes,
did for baseball.
Willis Reed, Nate Thurman, all those
Oh,
guys. They were
tremendous.
great centers back then. Now it's a
And I love Dave
high
Collins.
pick and roll.
They draft centers now based on can they shoot the three.
Pick
I'm
and
thinking
pop.
they don't care if you can score every basket close to the basket.
You know what, dude?
That's how about that.
And even a guy, one of the greatest players in the league, Jokic, he doesn't give you any rim protection.
He doesn't care about rim protection. No.
A few months ago I mentioned that story about Chamberlain and the rookie Bob Lanier when they went for the tip at the start of the game. He said, "You won't get a shot off the first half." He blocked all 9 of his shots. Then the second
And he's
half,
a Hall of Famer.
Then the second half, Tip, he told Lanier, "I'm going to let you shoot this." Let you?
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, no.
That's how good Chamberlain was.
Yes. The record rebound, he broke it against Bill Russell.
36.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, college football, Penn State coach, how about this, James Franklin? He's urging NIL help to keep Penn State competitive in the Big Ten and on the national level. How about that?
They're hiring coaches already. Duke's already hired an NIL coach.
Yeah.
We said that was coming. Nothing worse than Ohio State saying,
Need 13 million.
I have to have $13 million
Just keep it going,
to keep
Ed.
my team
Eddie,
intact.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Keep it going. Now, I just,
So Franklin has to do it too.
Yeah.
I had Ron Cook on and asked Ron if Pitt and West Virginia can survive in this atmosphere, and he's not sure that they'll come up with the finances to keep these players.
They
Even
have
though
to.
Pitt's having a great recruiting year, they have to go out and reach out in the Pittsburgh community. Is there?
They have to.
Are there enough people there with that kind of money to do
Yeah,
that?
there is, but not just the alumni.
The alum,
There's some
that's what I'm saying.
major
Doctors, dentists, lawyers,
millionaire alumni that they have to get a hold of.
Giving up, they're going to have to pull in at least $10 million a year to do
You know
this.
what else, too? It's easy for me to give away your money.
Yeah,
I give,
right.
Give more, Ed.
Yeah.
But no, someone's got to pony up, and it's easy to say it.
Hey, in recruiting news, Laurel Highlands star athlete Rodney Gallagher, everyone thought, well, maybe he's going to go to Pitt. Notre Dame is at the top. He commits to West Virginia, just 27 miles from Morgantown, where Pitt was 60 miles away. Good decision for him to go to West Virginia?
I don't think it's ever a bad decision because my daughter went there. So,
Yeah, wow,
So,
okay.
So
I mean,
because I see the campus.
is he gonna play
I
right
see-
away?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he'll play right away.
Yeah.
He's one of those.
He's
kind
one of
players,
those
yes.
guys that
Yes.
he's there 3 years. I got a feeling.
Hey, a shocker at the national level. 5-star quarterback, C.J. Carr, number 1 quarterback in Michigan, number 5 in the country. His grandfather, Lloyd Carr, was the
Rolling
head coach
over
at
as we
Michigan.
speak.
And all of the Michigan fans were waiting for he's going to Notre Dame. You could hear the gnashing of teeth all the way to Ann Arbor.
Yes, this is going to put a lot of pressure on Freeman because he's a good recruiter.
They're number 1 in the
Understand?
country.
But he has to win.
He has
I
5.
don't care how many recruits you get.
Yeah.
Notre
That-
Dame is expecting
yeah.
him to go right now to win.
Never
right
under
now.
Brian Kelly did they have that many.
No.
They have 5 stars
Oh,
coming in this
recruiting
year.
deluxe.
Hey, that's it for us. We're running out of time. We will see you next week.
Your world can change in an instant. But what if this could have been avoided? With monitored smoke detectors from Guardian Protection, our 24/7 monitoring immediately alerts you and first responders when needed. Because keeping your family and home safe is our #1 priority. Life is challenging, but keeping your family safe shouldn't be. Guardian Protection. Call 1-800-PROTECT and let us protect your world.
From high school sports to community events and beyond, you can find all of your favorite local shows on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Hi, I'm Tricia from the Butler Buzz. You can watch my show or other local programming like Up for Adoption or Hunting Nostalgia, only on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Check us out right now on Channel 100 or search Armstrong Neighborhood Channel on YouTube for playlists and much more. Spirit, town pride, community. This is the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.